Hi, Stan here. This time we're taking a closer look at Chapter 5 of Stane Street, the book I wrote about a Roman road in the south of England. In this chapter we explore from Pulborough to the village of Slinfold. We follow the straight road across the lowlands between the south and north downs. Come on along and explore with me. As we leave Pulborough, we descend Codmore Hill out of the South Downs and head through the flat farmland towards the North Downs. Following Stane Street, which runs almost dead straight here, past Billy's motorcycles, we come upon an old classic roadside trucker's cafe. The decor is basic, but the food is good, especially if you like a good fry-up. Just past the cafe, we had to be quick to catch the distinctive sign for the hamlet of Gay Street. You gotta love those English names. Stane Street has always been busy with horses. Mounted Roman soldiers, Saxon warriors, farmers with carts, stagecoaches, and now thoroughbreds. Just down the road is a thoroughbred sanctuary. Here, retired race horses are retrained to be riding horses, companion horses, or looked after as retirees. They rehome as many as they can. If you like horses, this could be worth a closer look. Just after this, we cut through the middle of Chichester College's Brinsbury campus. This is farming country, and where better to put a 750-acre agricultural college. They teach farming, forestry, and horticulture. And they also have a plant shop if you need something for your garden. Next, we come to the Hepworth Brewery. This is one of my favorite stops. They have a great variety, and if you're not sure, you can try samples from their casks. They have a gluten-free ale, and if you're here around Christmas time, try their Noel Christmas ale. Not all Roman roads run dead straight. 2.5 miles north from Pulborough at Toddshurst Farm, the road bends 7 degrees towards the north. The Romans weren't stupid. Following the route they were going would have taken them over Leith Hill, highest point in this area. As we pass through the hamlet of Abersane, we notice that the road takes a slight jog to the left, putting us closer to the Blacksmith Arms pub. Maybe that's a hint. A better explanation is that when they constructed a malt warehouse on the right, they used the road as a foundation. They were converted into cottages about 100 years ago. That says something about the Roman road construction. Another mile down the road, we come to the old village of Billinghurst. It has been an active center since Roman times. Hurst is a Saxon word for hill, and the one here has the 950-year-old Norman St. Mary's Church sitting on top of it. The distinctive high spire makes it visible for miles. The village was founded here because of the fertile soil and access to water. Like Pulborough, Billinghurst benefited from the road, then the canal, and finally the railway. The quiet, prosperous village still has many old buildings. A couple of miles southeast, in the village of Coldham, we find a curious piece of history. The Quaker meeting house called Blue Idol. The name comes from the fact that in the past, sometimes stucco was blue and not white. Idol is a misspelling for the word idle, because the house was unused for many years. In 1682, William Penn sailed to America with a boatload of Quakers. They created what is now the city of Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love. Returning in 1691, he was instrumental in the purchase of the Blue Idol as a permanent Quaker meeting house. The British and American Quakers have been intertwined ever since. Back on Stane Street, we pass through the hamlet of Five Oaks. I couldn't find an oak anywhere. Then we come to the village of Slinfold. As with so many pretty villages across southern England, life changed with the introduction of the railways in the 1860s. Many lovely stations were built, and 100 years later, they were demolished as the smaller branch lines were closed. Slinfold was one of these villages. Legend has it, a church bell was lost in a boggy hollow near Slinfold. The villagers turned to a witch, who told them that it could be retrieved with 12 white oxen at midnight, and that no one spoke as it was pulled out. Unfortunately, one of the locals was so excited when the bell was pulled out, he spoke, and it was lost forever. We stopped at the Red Lion for a pint, and had a meal, and got to know a few of the villagers, and heard some of their stories. It was lovely exploring this typical old Sussex village. If you keep your eyes open, you can find these mile markers left behind on this 2,000-year-old road by previous generations. That's it for Chapter 5, as we followed Stane Street across the fields of the lowlands. Stay tuned for the next chapter, which describes one of the largest Roman settlements, Sussex. As always, please press like, share this with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. If you want a copy of the book, you can find it at most online bookstores. Anyway, this is Stan saying goodbye for now. We'll see you next time.